So I bought a Camaro. This is going to be different from my usual videos. Obviously, I don't really do much stuff like this, if at all. But this is a car that I've wanted since I was like 8, 7, 6 years old. Probably for the same reason a lot of people want this car. Transformers. Bumblebee is one of my favorite fictional characters, and the day that I saw that 2010 Camaro in Transformers 1 and every other movie after that, it was like inside out. I had joy putting a core memory in my brain saying, you will have that, you need to get that one day. And luckily, since my channel got a bit of traction in the past year now, pretty much, I was able to eventually save up enough money to buy it. But there's a couple points to this video and the reason I'm making it. First is to tell you how the experience went with like buying the car. Second, to tell you what I'm gonna be doing with the car in the future. And third, to give y'all motivation to, you know, get that goal if you have the same goal as me and you want to get this car. I'm gonna be completely transparent with y'all with like the experience at the dealership, the car and how it looks and how it runs right now, and what you will need to do if you want a car like this. So I don't know how the background audio is gonna sound right now. I don't really record vlog-esque videos on my phone or whatever outside, but this is what the exterior like paint body looks like. I'm gonna have to cover that license plate up, I guess. There are a few cosmetic flaws like on the paint and stuff, and this logo, which I'm gonna have to replace. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do with that. I may get it in black. I saw one on Amazon is like $20, so it should be pretty easy to replace. But yeah, there's like some paint scratches here and there, like on the side, on the mirrors and stuff. One of my more concerned things when I was looking at it for the first time was the wheels. I'm definitely gonna need to clean these, and I'm gonna be painting these in the future. See what the two right side wheels look like, the brakes and stuff. I'm gonna need to clean all that up. That's what the wheels look like on the other side. These are probably the best looking, this is the best looking wheel in the car, the one that will require the less work. But what I'm gonna be doing first, customization wise with this car, is painting these wheels black. But the ultimate end goal of the car is to have it looking like Age of Extinction Bumblebee's 2016 6th gen-esque custom Camaro, because personally that's my favorite Bumblebee design from the Transformers movies, car wise. Now the interior, it is pretty dirty. I'm gonna have to detail this myself because I don't really feel like paying somebody else to do it for me. This thing's pretty scratched up, but I'm gonna replace this with a touchscreen and a reverse camera eventually. I do not actually have my license right now, so I've been practicing driving my mom's car and she has the reverse camera. So parallel parking felt pretty easy with the reverse camera and stuff, and just backing up in general. But I tried it for the first time without a reverse camera, and it was actually surprisingly easy, or like easier than I thought it would be. Let me go ahead and start it up so you can see what it sounds like when you start it. Now, even for a stock, this thing sounds really fucking good. I really like how it sounds. In the future, I'm probably gonna upgrade it with a new exhaust and a cold air intake. For those of you that don't know what that is, it basically just makes the car sound better, and it can also help you out on fuel economy as well as making the car a little bit faster depending on how you tune it. Now, before I get into the you know, cost and what it will be like if you actually want to get this, one more thing I'd like to say about the interior and the engine as well. When I got the car, the interior, or like when I was looking at it at the dealership, the interior smelled like, you could obviously tell the last person who owned it was smoking in here a lot. The dealership was able to get some of the smell away, and I have, like, you know, I'm gonna detail it myself, so some of the smell will also go away from that. Plus air fresheners and odor eliminators and stuff, so that shouldn't be too really much expensive to like fix that. The engine does have a little bit of a rattle, so that was a little bit concerning when I was looking at it, but it's like, normally your engine is supposed to say like relatively still depending on the car. Camaros do have a little bit of movement even when they first come out, like even when they're like brand new, and it wasn't too far off of that kind of movement. Plus the car has like 78,000 miles on it, so that's to be expected. But the engine's still in really good condition for the age, and after you have the car running for a little bit, the engine kind of like stops rattling as much. But now to get into the cost, like what will you need to do if you want to buy this car? Well, basically what I did started, I saved up about 20 grand. And I obviously don't have my license yet, but I was scouring for like the past 2 months looking for the best deals that I could find. I wound up buying this car for around $13,000 with a $6,300 down payment. And the dealership actually got me a way better APR. If you know what that is, it's basically your interest rate. They got me a way better interest rate than I actually thought that I was going to get, because before I bought it, I was doing the auto loan and like, monthly budget calculators, and I was highballing it. So you want to highball it, especially if it's your first car, unless you have good credit, like a good credit score and good credit history. I have a good credit score, but I have terrible credit history. This is literally my first big purchase on like my entire line of credit in my life. So if you want to get even lower than me, I had a 15% interest rate, which is really good for what my credit is and the fact that, it's a used car. But while you're in the saving process of trying to buy this, I would highly recommend getting yourself a credit card if you don't already have one. Put a couple things on the credit card. Try not to go like half of your budget or whatever credit they give you, and try to build your credit score up for at least a year. I didn't do that. I've had my credit card for around 8 to 9 months. But depending on where you go, depending if you get pre-approved for a credit union, I couldn't because nobody would accept it for some reason, but they were able to get me a good interest rate either way. The next thing you will want to do, depending on when you buy the car, is absolutely, I think everyone should do this. Watch videos. I can give you 2 channels right now, the ones that I've been watching the past 2 weeks. Not only just about the car that you want, how it should sound, what are the problems you may find with it after like a long time of miles, and even outside of this specific car, just look up, what to look for when buying new cars or used cars, how to spot issues, how to negotiate those issues into the deal, and just overall the kind of shit that dealerships will try to pull so that you can, get the best price for it. And also look at the market value on Kelley Blue Book. This car for this miles was around $11,000 to $13,031. I don't know if I said the model, but it's a 2012 LT. So I wasn't too over market value for what I paid for this car. And honestly, it was the best deal that I found in the past 2 months for this car. I mostly wanted to get a 6th gen Camaro, not only because I do like the design a bit better, but also the technology within them I think is a lot better. But if you wanted to do that, you're gonna probably be around the range of $15,000 to $20,000 if you want to get a good one for that price. But for that, you're gonna probably be in the range of around $15,000 to $20,000 to get even a reasonable price for a reasonable, actually runs well, doesn't really have many issues that you'll need to fix. But yeah, that's what you'll be looking at. What I pay monthly for this with the, stuff that I already said, it is $320 a month just for the car payment and $487 for the insurance. With a car like this, insurance will be high. It will probably never get below $400, and if you're lucky, it'll probably be $400 to $350. Now, I won't be driving that much, so gas will probably not cost as much. But depending on how much you drive, not only will your monthly payment on gas go up, but also your maintenance costs could go up depending on how much you drive it and the condition that you bought the car in. Now, I don't know exactly what my maintenance costs are going to be yet fully, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be around an extra $1,000 probably every year. But bottom line, what I think, honestly, depending on your financial situation, I know mine is fine. You really want to make sure that you can pay for this car and you will be fine paying for it. And again, depending on if you finance it or you just buy it outright, you're still probably going to be looking at a minimum monthly payment of $400 to $600. But to talk quickly about how my experience at the dealership that I went to, Wisdom Motors in Maple Shade, New Jersey, while I do think I should have, still paid less for the car, they still gave me a reasonable deal. It wasn't too hard to negotiate down with them. There was one funny moment that me and my mom both kind of laughed at, and I was like, when I was trying to negotiate it down a little bit more, they were talking about, we got a couple people coming in, I got a guy coming in on Thursday or Wednesday or whatever the hell. So, we're going to get this car out quick probably. And I was just sitting there like, yeah, okay. Because they had it for 30 days already at the time. And when we started the engine, it literally didn't even look like it had been started in like probably a week and a half. So me and my mom just kind of looked at each other like, But yeah, that's just like normal stuff you'll hear at a dealership because, you know, they want to sell the car and they want you to be emotional probably. But other than that, the guy that served us, his name was Troy, or he called himself True. He made the process pretty fucking easy. So if you do live in the New Jersey area, you guys should probably go check them out. Now, assuming this car is running still well in the next month, 2 months, maybe next couple weeks, maybe that opinion of that dealership will go down. I don't think it's gonna break down or anything like that. It seems pretty fine. But yeah, at least in terms of their service, they were great. They were great to work with. Now, as far as what I'm going to be doing custom again, I know I already talked a little bit about this, but I do want to make videos on me customizing this car and, you know, transforming this thing into Bumblebee. First things first, I'm going to be painting the wheels matte black. I will make a video about that, depending on if you guys want it or not. The second thing, I'm going to be painting the whole body yellow, more of like a sunshot or like a sunset yellow, an orangey-ish yellow, because that's what color Bumblebee is, and I don't really like the lighter tone yellows anyway. And then the final step will be me putting the racing stripes on it and like the decals on it and stuff, and then we'll be done. Now, exactly how quickly I'll be able to do all that, you know, financially and, you know, just working time, because I'm going to be doing it myself, I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to try to get it done in the next 2 to 4 months. If you guys want that to come quicker, you know, you can always support your boy on Patreon. It's only $1 a month, and, you know, the more that adds up, the quicker that I'll be able to paint this car. Or if you want to just support me in general, again, Patreon is in the description. You will also get early access to the comic that I'm currently working on. But yeah, now I think before we end the video, I guess I should just rev the engine, let you guys see how that sounds. Starting her back up again. All right. So this is like a little light rev. Still like how it sounds. But press a little bit harder and I love that shit. Before I bought this, I did see the term smiles per gallon, which is what makes the gas price cost on these kind of cars kind of worth it. And I agree, because this thing sounds great. But yeah, it's hot as a motherfucker in that car, so I kind of wanted to get out. It's fucking 70 degrees outside, and I didn't want the air conditioner to fuck up the mic. But yeah, let me know if y'all enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys are excited or want me to move forward with those customizations. And if you are interested, feel free to support. I thank you all for watching this video, and yeah, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for giving me the chance, the opportunity to do this. It is like the feeling that you get when you finally do something that you've wanted to do for a while, like a dream or a goal. People have done it even on littler scales or bigger scales than me, but when you do it, it feels just so fulfilling and it makes you so happy. So to anybody like me and you want this Camaro, just keep working and you will get there. And when you do, you will be proud of yourself and very happy.